caught up with Steven earlier today, who told me this fight isn't personal between him and Tony Evans. He said he actually, quite frankly, likes Tony, but he's just another step on his march to get to that man right there, Derek Neal.
Oh, certainly. If Stephen Michaels has got beef with anybody, it's the King's Road Slayer, the leader of the cortege. Former Haas champion, former New South heavyweight champion, Derek Neal has caused trouble for a lot of people here. But now, Stephen Michaels has got to go through superior Tony Evans.
Former tag team partners here in the cortege. Locking it up, and again,
Grease Monkey.
There's a respect here between these former drinking partners.
Indeed. Grease Monkey, being all things being equal, wouldn't call Tony Evans and Stephen Michaels a cohesive unit when they were tagging, but they did usually manage to get the job done through a combination of just ruthlessness and
the strength of
sheer
Stephen
power.
Michaels. Of course, in his hunt to go through the cortege, we will see Stephen Michaels face off with the golden protege Tyler Franks in the first round of the Haas tournament on March 4th. Stephen gets into the corner, up and over. Deep arm drag from the Warbringer. A deceptive agility from Stephen Michaels, of course known to be a brawler. And you look at the size and strength there. Deceptively quick.
Absolutely. Tony Evans coming into this match looking as fit and tough as ever, but Stephen Michaels looking a good bit more yoked these days. Been putting the work in the gym, hoping to get his chance to get his hands on Derek Neal. And he says that Tony Evans is just a stepping stone, and it ain't really nothing personal, but how could there not be a little bit there, Carmen, after all the things that those two have been through?
Well, Steven told me he has his eyes set firmly on Derek Neal. Of course, only one. We heard from Steven about that conversation he had with his son, who was asking, like, Daddy, like, why do you hang out with Derek Neal? Why do you do these bad things? And it was that moment that triggered this change of character in Stephen Michaels.
Stephen Michaels' sense of honor certainly woke up and enlightened him to what was going on in the cortege. And
sometimes it takes a moment like that in your life to, achieve that clarity and clear your mind and realize, maybe you've done some wrong things in life. But it's never too late to change. And right now, Stephen Michaels has put himself on quite the nice path, entering Haas tournament, has his eyes set on winning that orange jacket and becoming #1 contender for the New South Heavyweight Championship. And right now, the ball is in his court.
Ball is in his court, but Tony Evans looking like he's willing to play rough.
What a vertical leap there from Tony Evans.
We know
a superior vertical leap, if I could say.
Absolutely. We know to expect superior athleticism from Tony Evans. Like you were saying, Carmen, sir, every gearbox has got a reverse.
Oh, Derek Neal.
And it's never too late to turn things around. Right now, Stephen Michaels turning Derek Neal around. Big old crossbody takes down Tony Evans.
A little bit too much momentum there from Stephen Michaels.
Normally Tony Evans is able to catch his opponents in midair and power through, but, well, in Stephen Michaels, he's got an opponent who is pretty much his equal.
There we go.
for size and strength.
Well, that strength you were just talking about of Tony Evans as he delivers quite the standing suplex. 2. Stephen Michaels gets the shoulder up. Those massive traps of Stephen Michaels. Gotta wonder if he's trying to build a little surface area to carry Humungold around.
You gotta think.
Now Tony Evans may be respectful on Stephen's end, but Tony pulling out the dirty tactics there, standing on the hair of Stephen Michaels, and now, stomping the wrist.
Well, Grease Monkey thinks Tony Evans is a Cortez man through and through, Carmen. And wrestling being what it is, you're used to seeing some pretty crazy matchups, differences in size and technique and even experience, but it's very uncommon to see a wrestling match so equally matched on all levels like this, Carmen. In terms of experience, in terms of size, build, strength.
Oh, and Derek Neal now.
Oh, and there's the great equalizer in the King's Road Slayer.
It's really interesting to see the dynamic of these two as time has gone on. Of course, Tony Evans joined the Cortez much later than Stephen Michaels and really solidified the group. It took a while to earn the trust of Stephen Michaels, but they ended up quite frankly becoming good drinking buddies. That all fell apart when Stephen Michaels left the Cortez. I know exactly hasn't seen eye to eye with Tony since, but like I said, there's still that respect on Stephen's end.
Well, some relationships may have fallen apart, but the Cortez is certainly as strong as it ever was after recruiting Tyler Franks, and Derek Neal's not going to let that go. Stephen Michaels may have respect for his current former.
Tony Evans ducks the lariat, catches him with a massive German suplex.
Stephen Michaels may respect his complicated friendship with Tony Evans, but
you see the velocity behind that German suplex?
It was impressive.
Now Tony just toying with the Warbringer.
And we're used to seeing these two pretty much.
Stephen got him on his shoulders, going for that Death Valley driver.
But Tony Evans claws at Stephen Michaels' face.
Double axe handle. Finally hits that lariat.
Stephen Michaels planting Tony Evans. Out driving that knee into the back of his head.
That's a whole lot of man to come crashing down on your neck.
Oh, absolutely. We're used to seeing both Stephen Michaels and Tony Evans pretty much overpower and outclass their opponents.
Here we go. Stevens going for it. And if he hits it, this is it.
Looking like Derek Neal might have
Derek Neal.
some more machinations.
Reaching in to that bag of tactics here. Providing just enough distraction for Tony Evans to charge in with that spear.
Massive spear nearly breaks Stephen Michaels in half. How in the world did the Warbringer manage to find some extra fuel in the tank and kick out?
Stephen Michaels finding a way to stay involved here. Derek Neal is beside himself on the outside, telling Tony to seal the deal and make it happen.
Derek Neal.
We've seen this before. Tony going for that elliptical. And the Warbringer powers out.
Manages to fight out of it and tosses Tony Evans. Big knee to the stomach.
The Gold Range power bomb. Incredible strength here.
Stephen Michaels showing off that power.
It's not enough, though. I think at this point, Stephen's trying to prove a bit of a point to Derek. Oh! A knockout blow from Stephen Michaels. And it's textbook now. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon.
Tony Evans showing some of his own tenacity, kicking out of that. Stephen Michaels built up some momentum for that big clothesline to the back of the head, but Tony Evans was able to somehow power out of the pin.
Thought for sure that was lights out for Tony Evans. But now Stephen Michaels signaling for the end.
It would have been for any lesser man, Carmen.
Struggling to get Tony back on his feet. It's about for a brain buster. Derek Neal not happy with the performance here.
Oh, Derek Neal. Oh, Derek Neal grabbing
Derek
Stephen
again.
Michaels' leg.
Overstepping his boundaries and crossing the line.
Once again, physically interfering in this match. Now, Tony Evans.
Could be all the distraction
taking advantage.
Tony Evans with his feet on the ropes.
And with a little assist from Derek Neal.